Gang, firstly, let me just start off. Some of the arrogance that real estate agents are showing across Australia and in some instances in New Zealand to buyers at the moment is just appalling. Hey, guess what? Yes, we don't need buyers as much as we need listings at the moment, but that doesn't mean that you sit there and you treat buyers with contempt. Because I've got to tell you, there's a thing called karma, and it's pronounced as ha ha ha, F you. Guys and girls, I've got to say to you, be very, very, very careful in the way that you're treating buyers at the moment. Because I have to say, some of the stories that I'm hearing, such as some agents saying to buyers, hey, we will only negotiate with you if you're not negotiating on another property, and also just the way that they actually interact with them, treating them like less than a commodity. Gang, understand, Warren Buffett says it best, when the tide goes out, that's when you work out who's been swimming naked and who's had their swimmers on. And I've got to say, at the moment, there's a lot of ordinary real estate agents getting by because they're doing fees at a ridiculous level. And Matt Steinway has agreed to come into the studio and do a live role play with me on fees. He's fed up as well. And he's going to do this for our gym members. He's fed up. He's going to go through exactly the processes he uses at a listing presentation to actually help vendors understand, go for the best agent, not the cheapest agent, because they're rarely the same agent. And at the moment, it appears that there's a group of very ordinary real estate agents doing okay because the market's putting the deal together. But that's not the purpose of my rant tonight. The purpose of my rant tonight, my friends, is to let you know that there are early indications. Nothing too alarming, and I was talking to a number of people today, including, of course, Chris from First National at Byron Bay, Charles Tarby, and the conversation is the same. The market is crazy. It's like this hot balloon up in the air, and it's still high, and it's flying up there, and it looks fantastic. But what it is there are early signs. There's a little bit of air coming out of that balloon, and the heat may not be as strong as what we think it is. So guys and girls, you know what's happening at the moment? Look at the CoreLogic RP data listings graph. Listings are growing significantly week on week on week. What does this mean? That we're getting to a stage that the absorption rate is that stock is going to mean that all of a sudden buyers have choices again. That's number one. The data does not lie, my friends. Number two, let me tell you the second thing. Why is it all of a sudden that me as an auctioneer is getting numbers of auctions, large numbers of properties sold prior? What is that? That's an indicator, that's a lagging indicator that shows that in 3 months, we might be seeing more properties getting passed in. Why? Because why does a property get sold prior? You know it, and I know it. They're not going to have 7 people bidding crazily on a property. So let's not jump the gun. Yes, the market is still very good. If you list them, they sell. But what I'm going to say to you, my friends, is keep an eye on sold priors, keep an eye on listing numbers. They're growing. I'm talking to all my client bases. Josh Tesselin this afternoon sent me a message on what, let me actually bring it out here. In fact, I would suggest you go onto REA, and you actually have a look. Where is it? Josh Tesselin. Here it is. So what have we got? 9 more this week, and I'm launching another 13 next week. The stock is flying in. Go to Quakers Hill under the buy section and have a look at what's going on there. There is record numbers of being listed. So what are the questions you've got to ask yourself? Are you getting the listings at the moment? Because if you're not, let me tell you, there is no question about it. The market is freeing up. So what are my conversations that I want you to have out there? Please make sure your vendors know what's going on, because some of these vendors at the moment, man, they're not thinking that they're about to win, some footy tipping comp. Now, these guys, some of these vendors are thinking that they're going to win a lottery, and they're automatically adding 10, 15% on the sale prices that we're getting at the moment. So you need to sit there and you've got to go back and make sure that you're having very good set to sell meetings with your vendors when you're listing at the time of the listing, and saying to them, Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, I've got to let you know, could it be possible that in fact we are now at our top of the marketplace? I want you to understand, Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, here are a few dynamics that are going in. Anyway, not to be an alarmist here, but my purpose of this meeting is to give you the heads up. Don't think that this boom is not going to end. It is. But what you should understand, that boom might end, but your skills in real estate, they shouldn't be ending. They should be getting ready to adapt to the market. And the second thing is, for God's sake, stop being arrogant to the buyers. You can't make money without buyers. End of stories. And yes, you can focus on chasing listings and still be a decent human being to a buyer. Guys and girls, signing off. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, gym members, we have got a 9 o'clock session. You're getting the email tonight with, of course, Dr. Jody, who is going to be talking to us about resilience and mindset and the ability to control the most important organ in your body in sales, the brain. Guys and girls, signing off.